Throughout history, we, as humans, have used the power of our minds to achieve incredible and amazing feats. In reality, our minds are simply tools we use to create our thoughts. And the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our experiences. A simple shift in perception will quickly and easily improve how you feel and what you believe is possible, helping you to achieve all of your personal goals, even those that previously seemed unattainable. Join us now as we explore the vast landscapes of our minds. This is Mind Over Matter.
Good evening, I'm Mitch Friedman, and welcome to Mind Over Matter TV, where we like to teach you tools and techniques and sometimes even tricks for you to overcome the obstacles in your life, feel better, and reach all your goals. So yeah, it's like Christmas season, and I'm downtown filming at the Santa Fe Arcade, right off the Santa Fe Plaza. It's so beautiful out right now. They've got all the lights lit up on the tree. It's just so Christmassy. It's really kind of fun, and it's fun to be back in the mall again because we closed the Mind Over Matter bookstore almost exactly a week ago, and it's all pretty sad. But I get to have my life back, so that's been really cool. Here, I've really missed being at the store, and one of the things I've missed the most is hanging out with some of these really cool people who have some great, just locally owned stores down here in the arcade. And two of my best friends, we've just become really close, and I just adore these two. Mike Ortega and his wife, Anna Ortega. And they have this great store called Ortega Collections here in the mall. And we're here today to talk to Mike about a couple of things. So welcome, Mike, to the show.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you, Mitch, and thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. I've really missed you guys. You were like one of the fun things about hanging out in the mall all day.
Well, we miss you too.
Well, you've been such an inspiration to me, and I've been thinking about you a lot because I've been reading this book. The woman, I'm going to be doing an interview with her in January or February. Her name is Bera Dordoni, and she wrote this book called I Have a Choice. And it's all about how people deal with different kinds of challenges in their life, and it starts off talking about somebody with an illness and the different choices that he has. And as I'm reading this, I keep thinking about you, because when we first started talking, and you have some health challenges that have been going on for some time now, right? Yeah. And you're such an inspiration to how we really do have a choice, how we experience our health, how we experience our life, and what kind of choices we have, and what choices that we can make about just how we think and how different it shows up. So tell us a little bit about, we don't really need to get into the challenges so much. I know that you have dialysis for like 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
I know other people come back from dialysis and they're burned out and fried and have no energy, and you come back and you're all happy and cheery, and it's just one of the things I love so much about you, Mike. So how do you do it? Like, what thoughts, what are you thinking about that keeps this going in such a positive way?
Well, a big part of my life has always been humor. And without humor, you don't have anything,
I agree.
And I try to, when I'm on dialysis, I try to concentrate a lot on humor. I just start looking at the people's faces and the nurses and how everybody's running back and forth and all this, and I just make a joke out of it, and I make people laugh, and sometimes we just laugh. People must think we're crazy. It's just all these people all lying down there with blankets up to here. They're all over there laughing their heads off, and feeling good, and I love to talk to people about they gotta be happy. They gotta be happy, man, because when you're in a place like that, there's nothing but sickness. And if you have a little bit of humor in your life, and humor brings out the healing in people, and so I think that humor is very important.
Yeah, I agree, and you certainly have a great sense of humor because you kept me laughing all day long at the mall and made the day go by pretty fast. But, you know, one of the things, I know for you it just seems so natural because this is who you are. It's such a great time of the year to have this show on because he's like my big Santa Claus here at the mall, you know. But it's a choice, and I want you, you know, I know that when we've talked, you actually make choices about how you think. I know you've talked about how you do this meditation in the morning, about setting your intention for your day and how you're going to feel. So tell us a little bit about the choices that you make and what thoughts you're putting in your mind that keep you so upbeat, and it really, I mean, you just uplift people all the time.
Well, you know that to me, before coming to work or anywhere I go, I was say a little blessing, you know. Thank God for everything that I have and what He's given me, and then I think to myself, okay, let's see, what am I going to do today? First thing I want to do is avoid all the negative I can, because if you learn to avoid negativity and stuff like that, pretty soon becomes a habit, you know, or be negative about anything, you know. Then the best thing to do is be happy, enjoy your life, be glad that you have a beautiful life, that the sky is blue, that you know. It's just a beautiful feeling to know that we have to stop sometimes and look up and really thank God for what He gave us.
Stop and smell the roses.
That's it, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's true. Excellent. You know, it's interesting because you mentioned, you've already talked about a couple of things that, you know, I think are the key to joy in our life. One of them is faith, you know. The other one is appreciation, which you said I just appreciate every day, just breathing air, you know, just being alive, the beautiful sky, and we certainly have a beautiful sky in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
And the third thing is sense of humor. You know, that's one thing that I'm always grateful to my mom every day was I got her sense of humor, and I think that'll get you through just about anything.
Oh, humor will get you going anytime because you can start with a little bit before you know it, it's out of control. You know, when you're being humorous, it just builds up and builds up and builds up, and one thing leads to another, and before you know it, everybody's just laughing their heads off, you know.
Laughing and having a good
time.
time.
That brings me joy too, because I work with a lot of kids, and with little kids, you know, I used to do the same thing. We used to have a lot of humorous times together and have fun, and it was fantastic. You know?
It's such a great way to learn too when you're talking about working with kids and teaching kids, even adults. When I would teach adults, having a sense of humor just makes everything go by so much quicker, and I think it's easier for us to say yes and to really absorb the information and get it in a fun way, you know.
Well, I'll tell you something funny. I used to give classes at the community college, okay, back in the 70s, and I was giving a class there one time to a bunch of old people, you know, senior citizens, and I was teaching them about safety, okay, and how to use a knife and everything, you know. What do? I slice my hand right here, right. I just did that on purpose, I tell them, to show you what can happen, you know. and they were all there, oh my God, now I'm bleeding. And I thought, see, this is what happens to you. This is what happens to you, you know. So don't ever do that again, you know. So it was kind of funny, but you know, it's a beautiful thing to be alive, and enjoy every day because you know people live for tomorrow. I don't live for tomorrow. I live for today. You know, and tomorrow I might not wake up. You know.
Be present. Tomorrow none of us may wake up.
Yeah,
you know? Nobody's got any guarantees.
Yeah, no guarantees at all. You know, it's just that you gotta do the best you can do every day. You know, be nice, as nice as you can to everybody. Be good to everybody. You know, and don't be negative. You know, don't bring any bad vibes to anybody because that brings you down, man. Even health. You know, health-wise, that's the worst thing that can bring a person that's sick down.
I know there's been studies, I forget the guy's name, we've talked about him on this show before, but I think it was back in the 50s, he started watching Laurel and Hardy. He was in the hospital terminally ill. It's on the tip of my tongue, his name, but he just started watching all these funny shows on TV and thought, okay, I'm going to end this with a smile. And he wound up getting completely healthy and got rid of his disease. Yeah,
so. That's what I say, you know, I too remember that documentary or something that they did about that, where they brought people in and they had nothing but funny movies where people would just laugh hysterically, and going crazy, and people were getting healed. In order to go on, you have to have a lot of positive thinking too, you know, because if you don't have any positivity in your life, you know, like I say, you become an old, mean person, you know, and everything you see is, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like him. I don't like that. You know, but if you say, good morning, how are you? You know, how you doing today? Man, you never know what you feelings you bring to that person, you know, and what you radiate from yourself, you know, you can bring a lot of light into people's hearts.
And you certainly do that, Mike, and it's one of the things I love about you, you know.